going to continue today with adding another sprite, and we're going to have a different colored brick here. But these bricks are going to be different because we're going to have them be multiple hit bricks, so you have to hit it more than once in order to break it. So let's go ahead and add a sprite. We're going to call this one, let's figure out which color we want to use. We're using orange, so let's use something like a purple here. Let's see here. We'll grab that purple. We're going to call this purple brick. Okay, and now we need to add two other sprites to go with this. We're going to add this purple damaged. I guess it's pink, but we'll call it purple. Okay. And then the last one we're going to add is this series of bricks that is the stone breaking. And what that'll do is it'll give us an effect of breaking the brick apart. And we'll show you how we're going to use that. Okay. Now again, we need to have objects for each of these. So I'm going to create those real quick. And as I do that, we will create a new object. Solid. And finally, purple break object. What we're going to do is go back into our ball object. We're going to add two events. We're going to add a collision with our purple brick. And what we're going to do for this is, one thing is to add the score. So we're going to add score here. Set score 10 relative. Okay, and we're going to also change the instance, and that's this button right here on main 1. So click over to change instance, and I'm going to change it to the purple damaged object. Okay, that's all I need for this one. I'm going to now go over to purple damaged object, and I'm going to do essentially the same thing. Ball object. I'm going to go add an event collision with purple damage. Do the same thing. So I am going to set score 10 relative and change the instance to the purple break object. Okay. Now I need to go to the purple break object. I actually need to add a timeline event, but I don't have a timeline yet. In order to get the timelines and see the timeline events, I have to have the advanced mode enabled. So if you don't have advanced mode enabled, make sure you go and enable that. Now what I want to do is create a timeline object, which is this hourglass right here. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically give us some moments. And we're going to say after 4 moments, we are going to kill this object. So we're going to do that. After 4, apply to self and kill it. And let's call this death. We're basically destroying a brick here. Okay, so now I've created that timeline object, and when purple comes in, I have the purple break there. I'm going to say add event. When it's created, I'm I'm going to come over into my main 2, and I can see a set timeline. And so I'm going to set the depth timeline and leave everything else as is. Okay. I have the bricks. I want to go put them into my room. So I'm going to go back to my room 1. And again, I left brick spaces here so that I can now go and add these purple bricks in there. So I'm going to add purple brick object into my room. Now each of these takes 2 hits to destroy, and so one of the things I need to do is also adjust my point values for my level up. So I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these, so it's 16 total, and 2 hits each, which is going to give me another 320 points before I level up. Okay, and let me save this here. So now I'm going to go back to my ball object real quick, and I'm going to look at here. When I set the score, or this is where I had it, if the score is 140, now it's going to add 320, so it's going to give me a total of 460 to level up. I also need to take these 2 pieces and put them into my other 2 brick objects, actually just my brick damaged object, where it sets the score here. So I'm going to go back and also add in a score check. So test the score. If the score is equal to 460, then I want to change the room. Again, I don't need to do it on my, I don't need to do it on this solid object because I know that's not going to be the one that ends the level. This is the one that destroys it, and so that's where it'll be. Okay. I have my level 1 added in now. I'm going to go over to level 2, and I'm also going to add in some purple bricks. And it should be good to go. So let's test it, save it, and test it out. There's a couple things that we need to fix. First of all, if I go back to my ball object, I need to make sure in my purple brick object, I forgot to put in a bounce off. So when I do hit the purple brick object, I want to bounce that off. And again, make sure it's precisely. Okay. I'm going to put that up top. And change instance, I need to have this perform event yes, so make sure you click that yes there, otherwise it does not do that. Same thing here, when I hit the purple damaged brick, I want to make sure I am bouncing off of my purple damaged brick, and also change instance here, I need to make sure that's set to yes. And with those things there, we should hopefully be good to go. So let's try it out. Nope. I got 1 damage, and now it's broken. And that's what we're looking for. We will take this, we'll stop here for today, and tomorrow we are going to look at how we can add a few finishing touches, like adding lives, adding a mechanism for the ball to speed up, and a few other small little details that we can put in.